Hey everyone, happy Monday. It's Allie, your favorite neighborhood ghostwriter, book coach, and award winning author with the right place, right time. And I'm jumping in for this week's Memoir Minute, where you get to learn about memoir 1 minute at a time. Today, I am covering 3 reasons to work with a book coach. Now, I want to start with accountability. If there is one thing that everybody needs, myself included, it's accountability. And this is no less true when doing my own writing. I am really great at showing up to the desk for all of my clients and for my business, but when it comes to showing up for myself, it is super hard. Why? Because I constantly deprioritize my own work because I tell myself that everybody else's stuff is more important. I myself am going to be setting up my own accountability buddy system in 2024 so that I can get more of my own work accomplished. So when you are an aspiring author, you're not necessarily a practiced writer, you're not somebody who's ever written a book before, accountability is huge. You need somebody to show up for, and sometimes it's hard to just show up for yourself. So a book coach helps you keep to a editorial calendar, a timeline, deadline, whatever word you want to use, and make sure that you are showing up to the task of putting pen to paper or fingers to keyboard, whatever your method is for getting that first draft done. Now, the second thing that a book coach is great for is feedback. And I mean that in 2 ways. The first way of feedback is actual editorial feedback, meaning they're looking at the writing that you're doing and they're providing some criticism, constructive, not necessarily negative, of how to make the work better. They might be looking at organization, they might be looking at word choice, they might be looking at meaning and clarity, they might be looking at focus. There's a number of things that a book coach can be looking at from the editorial standpoint of actually working with the material and the words that you've developed on the page. But the other type of feedback that they can be providing is feedback that has to do with your mindset or something that you're talking through that you need that sounding board for. And that's where they can say, yes, I think that direction is good, or let's talk about how you just said X. What does that mean? And how does that fit into the material? So the feedback might be directly related to what you're writing, or the feedback might be more related to the narratives that you're telling in your head about the limiting beliefs and your capability. It might be related to a new idea or a strategy that you have around the book and the material, and they can provide that kind of conversation and discourse that you need in order to make your next step. Okay. Number 3 is a big one, support. And there's a couple of different ways that support breaks down as well. The first type of support would be emotional support, right? When you are writing memoir, this can take an emotional toll on people. They might be triggered in ways that they didn't realize they would be. They might be realizing they need to go back to therapy to work on certain things that have now come up that they, didn't really process the first time. They might be pushing themselves too hard in trying to get the book written, and they need somebody to say, hey, take a break, like take a deep breath, go for a walk, take a couple days off, whatever it is. So there's the emotional support piece that a really good book coach can offer if you're working on memoir. The second way that a book coach can offer support is actually publishing support. So meaning that they can educate their client on the different avenues that are available to them. They can connect them perhaps with other resources in the field that author might need that they are not aware of, whether that's editors or cover designers or publishers, or resources to educate on any number of those things. So a book coach is an ace in the hand. You want to have this person with you on the journey. You do not want to skip out on working with somebody when you're working on memoir, especially if you're a first-time author and you're choosing a very challenging genre to write in. Now, it just so happens that I have a special running only until midnight tonight. It's been running for a few days now, and today's the last day. And it's a create your own author deep dive. This is a chance for aspiring authors to work with me one-to-one for 60 minutes via Zoom and get moving on their manuscript. You might not have any words written yet, and you need clarity and focus and a way to get started. You might have several pages written and you're stuck for whatever reason. Whether you are just beginning or you've already begun, this is still perfect for you because you can customize those 60 minutes to whatever you need. So currently they're 25% off. They're available until basically midnight tonight, Monday, 11/27. And I would love to work with you to get you a jump start, get you going, and push you a little further down the road so that you've got this book well in hand when it comes to 2024. So if you're interested in that, the link is in the caption with this video. If you've got questions about it, please drop those questions into the comments, and I'll be watching the space to answer anything that pops up. All right. And of course, as always, I am here. I am one step away from being able to answer questions and support you on this journey. So don't be bashful. Reach out.